Welcome back, Honest Man. Here with some chess today. I'm going to use this as a little bit of a palate cleanser after having marathoned Witcher 3 for several months. I have never really played before. This is day 2 of chess for me, which is to say, the second day of me actually playing games. I understand the pieces, I understand a little bit of things, I know some stuff, but this is day number 2 of me actually playing chess games. So we're here at chess.com. I'm going to beat up on Martin, which I don't think should be too difficult. Like, even as someone who's pretty much trash, I think I can take Martin. Okay, this doesn't really seem like a threat to me. Just going to develop my knight here. Getting the queen out, huh? So he's seriously targeting this pawn on f7. I think this is my answer. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, that should back him off. Very aggressive, Martin. And you know what? I want you to move your queen even further back. How about that? Get that thing out of here. Jerk. Okay, back to me here. I really want to push this d pawn to open up my bishop and maybe castle, long castle to the right here at some point. He hasn't developed anything really, so question for me is how far to push this d pawn. The e pawn is already guarded. I kind of want to push it here to fork these two. Problem is, if I do that, this square itself is not guarded, is the problem. So it's not really, I guess, a fork. Perhaps it's just me throwing away a piece, which doesn't sound as good, right? So I think I just go here. I think that's safe. Yeah, let's go. Let's get the bishop out. Put some pressure on his queen. Oh, you're gonna let me have it? Okay. Get wrecked, Martin. Alright, worth it. Totally worth it. I need to get this knight out of here. Let's do this. That's okay. Right? Like, I mean, he could... I'm not really seeing the threat. He's attacking this pawn, but I can just push, which is kind of what I was working towards anyway. I wanted to sort of develop the middle. Now I actually put these pieces in jeopardy. Oh, and you're going to give me your bishop. Great. That's fine. That's a good trade, I think. Let's get the queen out. Ideally not in a spot where I immediately lose it. That'd be bad. God, I don't like those options, actually. Let's do this. Okay. Now I can come here. Long castle. I feel like I'm actually too aggressive on what is now my kingside pawns. But I suppose it's still a relatively good structure. I don't know. I mean, this looks like a free pawn over here. Well, no, rook. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is way too aggressive to be pushing kingside pawns. But I have got to create some space here, I feel like. So if I can get here. Now I've horribly weakened my king's defense, but it's Martin. I think I'm okay. Because now what I was trying to get to was like here. And then oh, that's actually better now. Well, no, I was going to jump over with the knight, but that's no good because he can just take with his knight. I like this. I've made a terrible mistake. Yeah, I tried to do that too soon. Here we go. God damn it, Martin. I can't believe I managed to bungle this. I mean, clearly I can take the bishop. He's going to take my rook with his rook. That gets the queen off the hook for the moment. Which, I mean, that has to be a victory of sorts, right? I got to take that. Just preserve my queen, even if it costs me a rook. Oh, God. Yeah, did not see that. Yeah, I mean, I can take his rook with the queen and then lose the queen. I think better to just go here, force capture with the rook so I can retake with the pawn. Wow. Wow. Wow, Martin's trash. He's worse than I am, which is good, I guess, right? Because You just take with the rook. You take the queen with the rook. You lose your rook in return, but you're coming out way ahead on material there. Wow, what a blunder. And now I put him right back into check. And let's just keep gobbling. Oh, this just went from bad to worse for Martin. He's just letting me get every single one of his pieces. Okay, so now we just need to put Martin out of his misery. This is actually where I struggle a little, I think, based on my one day of playing yesterday, is the end game. Did I screw this up? No, we go here to promote, which puts him into check. He can take the bishop, but he won't. He'll take the queen. He'll take the promoted piece. See, this is where I was saying I've got some issues with endgame. This should have been over already. How do I... Because my other problem is I kept stalemating. I kept getting into this end game and then not actually capturing, and it just ended up being a stalemate. That's not what we want. I really need to get my rook out of this corner, I feel like, but... Alright, I just need some clarity here. Go ahead and take it. That's fine, because now I can stop worrying about it. Check. Actually, I screwed that up. I should have gone B2. I completely messed that up. It was B2 was the play there. Right now. Well, that was rough. Got it done. We got it done against Martin. All right. 6 blunders, really. I mean, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it for a second, but that seems incredibly poor. I don't really know how to use this analysis. Yeah, I'm sure that's interesting. I'll perhaps look at that some other time. That's not what we're after today. Today, Elani. We go for Elani. No, I don't want. Let's do random here. You know, I just played with black, though. Give me white here. Let's play as the white pieces. then maybe I can get a good setup going. Oh, with the knight first. Really? Free knight? Well, I guess it's a trade. I don't want to do that just yet. I don't want to do that just yet. Let's knight out. Challenge this line here. I still have a free knight if I want to. But it's not free. I can still trade a bishop for a knight if I want. I don't really want. I could castle. Castling looks really good to me. But I think I want to... Because one way or another, this file is about to open up, the B file. So I want to get my rook ready for that. If he doesn't take here, I'm going to take... She, I guess, Elani. Okay, I think that's okay. Let's castle now. So I think this is good in terms of like pawn structure in front of the king. I don't know what this is called, but this is kind of what I think is decent. 2 in front and then one piece up. So the king can always escape to h2, hypothetically. I've got to keep this. This is wrecking me. This pawn is wrecking me. I got to get rid of this. Let's resolve this. If I do that, it's unprotected though. It's just I lose it to the bishop. Bishop just takes the place of the pawn. I'd love to have some backup. And his knight is guarding it too, for that matter. And if he jumped in with his knight, that would be a little awkward. He'd be able to get this pawn. How can I uncork that? Can I go knight? No, that's guarded. Tempted to push the e-pawn to challenge. But then if he takes, he's threatening my knight. I'd have to get the knight out. Which isn't the worst. I could go to the H file here. I don't really like that though. There's got to be a better move. I'm looking at my queen. Let's see if there's a way I can get out to the flank here. Put some pressure on this knight. But if that's really going to be effective, I need my light square bishop here. He needs to get out. So maybe that's... I got stacked pawns here anyway. That's not helping me. So maybe that's the ticket. Interesting. This might be too aggressive, but I feel like I can make some trouble here. Yeah, because now he loses a knight to a pawn. I did not see that bishop coming back. Touché. But I can continue the assault. All right, this is safe, right? That looks like a free pawn. Still applying tremendous pressure. Oh, he's threatening my bishop. I could take the knight with the bishop. He takes with rook. That's not great. Threatens my queen. I'd have to either take or retreat. Don't like that. I could take this pawn with a knight. I think I just want to retreat the bishop to safety for a second, still keeping eyes on the knight. Okay. Take that pawn. He doesn't recapture with the rook. Wow. Okay. I thought that's what was coming. I thought it would be counter with the rook, then I take the rook. So basically you both lose a rook, but I gain a pawn in the trade. Oh no, that would have been terrible for me actually. He would have taken my king if I did that. My queen rather. Oh, I did not see this. Okay, so he just moved the knight to put, and I keep saying he, to give line of sight for the queen. So now the queen is threatening this rook, but I think the antidote is just to take his rook with my rook. And if he really wants it, he can go take it. Yeah, see, that's not going to work for you. Now I can take his bishop with my rook. I will lose it to the queen, however. I don't think my pieces are in any danger here. I'm trying to see if he can fork me with the knight. I don't believe he can. Maybe I just keep it on lockdown here for a hot second while I continue the assault in other places. I'd love to get my light square bishop in the mix, and now I can do that. Can't go to the A file because then he can just take with his bishop, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I could take back, but and then I'm not guarding the rook. I feel like the B file is safe. Targets this knight. Might make Elani a little nervous. I guess I do have 2 layers of protection for the rook. I got the bishop way over here and the queen. I really want to get my knights rolling. But these pawns are in like the worst possible spots. Let's go here. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to... Do I want to do that? That seems like a mistake. I wanted to push this pawn, the e-pawn, to put him into a dilemma with these two. That's not actually good for me, though. Because if he takes with his f-pawn, then he has a line on my knight with his rook. Kind of seems like a net loss for me. I'm looking for moves for my knight. Oh. Oh, yeah. So now he's not... He only has one layer of attack on e5 with his bishop now that he moved this pawn. So he weakened this spot. The knight could go there, offer a trade. I'd take with my pawn if he accepts. Because I feel like the next thing that's coming is he's going to push his g-pawn to attack my knight. And I gotta have to move anyway. I feel like that's what's coming next. Let's see if he wants to trade. Oh shit, I just broke the line of attack for my bishop. I'm in too deep. If I jump in front of the queen, he can just take with his bishop. I can retake. So we basically trade. He comes out ahead though. Does he? Knight, take. No, if he takes with his bishop, I take his queen with my rook. If he takes with his queen, I take with my bishop. If he doesn't do either, I'm threatening his rook. That seems good. Oh, I fell for it? Really? And then that's your move? All right, if I don't do take here, he's going to... I don't understand why he didn't take this before. Probably because Elani's just terrible is probably the answer. This feels like I blunder a lot, but they're just really, really bad. I got to get this out of here, at least temporarily. Just right there is okay. Even though I... Oh, she could have taken with the knight. But not anymore. Okay, that was almost a huge mistake. I was thinking about it. If I take with my bishop, he takes with his pawn. God, I'm so far up on material. This should be over. But again, it gets into these endgame positions where I'm just not sure how to trap effectively. Yeah, I know I'm doing this wrong, but look, if he wants to take a rook for his bishop, he doesn't. I would have happily taken that just to clarify this position. we go. Get wrecked, Elani. Okay, next up is Aron. 700? Okay, so he should be quite a bit better. I've got to stop blundering so much. Alright, I guess we're on black. What in the world is that? Alright, don't let him shake you. Just got a player opening. Wow, rook out. I mean, I don't know what you're going to do with that. If you want to lose it to my bishop, go ahead and push it. Check. I can push the a-pawn to protect the bishop. I can just take, and then he'll recapture, probably with the queen. I need more pieces out. Before I really start attacking, I need more pieces, I think. Let's protect the bishop here if he wants to try to trade. Oh, that was a complete waste of a move back there. I feel like that's... it's a trade, basically. He's offering a trade. But this... this feels like a free pawn. Why didn't I see that sooner? This feels like a free pawn. And then... yeah, I don't see any way for him to get out of this. Because I take the pawn with the bishop, which is guarded by my knight. Either he takes with his queen, which I then take with my knight, or does something else, and then I take the queen with my bishop. I feel like he's losing his queen either way here. What am I not seeing? The rooks can't... there's nothing threatening this square other than the queen. Oh. Still, a free piece. Free piece. So I can just retreat. Well, I mean, I don't even need to. I'll just stay right in his grill. How about that? For now, let's just stay right there. If he takes later, I can always recapture with my knight, as long as I don't have to move my knight. He could push this pawn. That would be awkward. feel like knight g4. So then if he does do that, I can take with my knight. And then if he takes with bishop, then this other knight is undefended. I take with my bishop. Also putting him into check in the process. Am I missing something? I don't think I'm missing anything. I think this is the move here. Okay. I don't see how that helps you really. It stops me from pushing my pawn, but I kind of didn't want to. I kind of wanted this A pawn guarding my bishop. Let me push the C pawn here. Or bring out the rook. Actually, you know what? When in doubt, let's just go ahead and castle here. Seems reasonable. And go ahead and get... I don't want him locking me into this position. So meet him here. That was the rook play we were waiting for. And what was my analysis on that? Because he takes, if I take with the knight, he takes with the bishop. Then his other knight is lost, and he goes into check. And I think his only escape is f2. And then maybe d6 looks good. Yeah, it's too many moves for me to think through. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens when the dust settles. Free knight and check. I can take the rook and still guard. He can take with the queen then. Let's get this pawn up here to guard this. If he wants to trade bishop for knight, that's not the worst. That's not the worst thing that could happen. He's trying to fortify that position now. I think knight d6 to attack this pawn. Or would f6 be better? What's his next move? He just brought the rook down to reinforce the bishop. I have to assume that means he was playing to take with the bishop, take the knight. Yeah, that still doesn't seem terrible for me. I feel like if I go queen f6, if he takes, then I go queen to f4, putting him into check. Yeah, that's my gut. Let's do that. Okay, he gets his rook off the hook in the corner. Okay, now he wants to keep protection here so I don't take it with my queen. But I can just push here. take. Oh, it's guarded by the queen. I didn't see that. Dirty. Let's get this file. Okay, now I'm really messing up. If I go here, he takes with the bishop. I retake with the knight. Wow, I'm just really stinking it up. Keeps him out of check. I can take the bishop with the rook. He takes with his queen. I take with my queen. I lose my queen. That's a bad trade. He comes out ahead there, I think. Let's put a little pressure on his queen. Oh, I need to get my rook over. How does that help him? I see the diagonal. I see the diagonal, but I don't see the threat. I don't see how that helps him. I can take this pawn, but I feel like I don't even need to. Actually, yeah, that's probably the smart thing to do, right? Well, this line is sort of locking his bishop. Let's push this pawn. Well, you seem pretty well trapped there, at least for the moment. What is the game here? Let's keep marching these pawns. This one first. I feel like I'm making a terrible mistake, but this bishop seems vulnerable. How is this not mate? Oh, I think he takes my rook with his bishop. Oh, found it. Okay, I think that's going to be a wrap. I managed to play through the beginners, the free beginners that are available at least, without too much trouble. So if you enjoy Scrub Chess, this has been your daily dose. I think next time I'm going to give a shot at, who's this? Emir, up at 1,000. That's probably not going to go well for me, but we'll see. Until then, thank you all so much. Please like and subscribe. This has been Honestman, and I will see you next time.